Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eric Broadus back again with another video. Again, this is Eric Broadus YouTube. Back again with another video, and in this video I am continuing a series on some military content on Officer to Enlisted Part 2, the Marine Corps. So tonight I'm going to cover the requirements of going from being enlisted in the Marine Corps to how to become an officer. Now, as I stated before, when I did last week, I did the Air Force, which was part 1 of this series, and from what I've seen from my research, basically all branches of service, pretty much the core is the same, but there may be some slight differences on the pathways, or obviously acronyms different. But anyway, let's get started here. Okay, so first I want to start off with the acronym is ECP, which is the Enlisted Commissioning Program. And this particular program is for Marines who had accomplished a bachelor's degree or higher prior to joining the Marines, and it is open to all enlisted Marines. That means active duty and Marine Corps reserve. Now, in order to get this get commissioned, here are some of the other requirements that go along with it. Okay, obviously a bachelor's degree or higher. There's an age requirement, but you have to be between ages of 20 to 30 years. And on your SAT score, you have to have scored at least 1,000 or higher. On your ACT, you have to have scored 22 or higher. And that's for the Enlisted Commissioning Program. And this is for those of you that already have a bachelor's degree or have a bachelor's degree or higher, and you are entering the Marine Corps with education, and you decide to become an officer. That is that's one pathway. Now, the second one, I'm going to go in kind of like in a succession here in order. The military also has what's known as warrant officers. They're in between the actual officer, say for a lieutenant, and in between, say, the enlisted side. So they're kind of in between. Now, in order to become a warrant officer in the Marine Corps, you have to go through the Enlisted Warrant to Officer program. And for each program, there are specific qualifications for each one. Now, for the Enlisted Warrant to Officer program in the Marine Corps, this is designed for those that are technical specialists, and they have extensive knowledge in a particular military occupational specialty, meaning MOS. If it's Navy, it's going to be rate. If it's Air Force, it's going to be Air Force Specialty Code. And obviously Army is going to be military occupational specialty, and Coast Guard is going to be rate. But if you desire to become a warrant officer, you have to understand that you have to meet these requirements. So that means that you have to be more than technically sound. You kind of basically got to be an expert on whatever that particular career field that the Marine Corps deems as essential, and you have to have extensive knowledge of it. So the standards in the bar are set pretty high, as all military branches are competitive, and definitely the Marine Corps is definitely competitive. So you, in order to be eligible, you're going to have some high standards and meet these requirements, because they are stringent, and there's only so many slots, and only so many people are going to be able to get into these positions that the Marine Corps will be willing to spend money on. But again, it's the Enlisted Warrant to Officer program, and that is for those that are technical specialists and they have extensive knowledge in a specific military occupational specialty. Next, another pathway, which this is very similar to the EWO program, Enlisted Warrant Officer program, but it's called Limited Duty Officer program. And this one is for those that are technically oriented officers in a specific MOS. Very simple, almost the same thing as the Enlisted Warrant Officer. You have to have extensive knowledge of that particular career field, but in this case, as a limited duty officer with this program, it has the same similar requirements as the Enlisted Warrant Officer program, except that this is going to come with higher authority and a broader scope. So it's limited duty officer is very similar to Enlisted Warrant Officer, except that this is going to incur higher authority and a much broader scope than what the Enlisted Warrant Officer program requires. And warrant officers are, in terms of rank or grade, they are below an officer. You know, a second lieutenant outranks the highest grade of a warrant officer. If you want to say a chief warrant officer, say maybe 5 or 4, a second lieutenant still outranks that chief warrant officer. And lastly, for requirements, there's a program in the Marine Corps called, its acronym is MSEP. Now, this is the Marine Corps Enlisted program. And upon completing this program, you will obtain the grade of second lieutenant. Now, in order to be eligible for the MSEP program, basically you have to be of the top tier of the Marine Corps Enlisted. Else your package, if you submit your package and don't have the highest ratings, I'm talking about you got to kick some butt. Other than that, your package will not be approved to attend officer commission school. You know, but in the Marine Corps Enlisted program, they are going to they're taking the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Okay. Now, in the requirements, obviously, for MSEP, you must hold a bachelor's degree or higher. You have to complete a 12-week course at the officer commissioning school. So that's a program that all enlisted, regardless of branch of service, will have to attend in order to be commissioned. So you have to complete 12 weeks in OCS, possess a minimum of a bachelor's degree, and in this one you must be a non-commissioned officer. So you must have obtained the minimum rank of E4 or a sergeant. Now, in the Marine Corps, they do have the rank of E4 as a corporal and also as a sergeant. So you have to make sergeant, which is a non-commissioned officer, in order to be eligible for this program. But MSEP, this particular program is for the cream of the crop in the Marine Corps, and they have very stringent standards. As you can see with each of these programs, you have to be very knowledgeable. So you just can't, anybody just can't go in there just any old kind of way, because when the Marines invest money, you're basically, in a sense, like an asset. You're government property, GI, government issue. So you have to be a top candidate in order to be eligible to get approved for these programs, because there's only so many slots, and the Marine Corps is only willing to invest money in top bona fide candidates that are proven. So again, I mentioned in part 1 that how your records are of the utmost importance. I mean, they have to be stellar if you want to go for these programs, because how your command is going to look at it, well, if you're not cutting it. If you're not an outstanding Marine as enlisted, then why should they invest money in you to send you to the next level? But that's how they look at it. So, you have to have stellar records, and that means making sure staying out of trouble. Value your career. And this is for those that are currently enlisted in the Marines, or maybe you may be in another branch of service thinking about cross training into or leaving your branch and going to the Marines, or for those that are civilians right now but are plan on going into the Marines or considering it and want to go in as an officer. So these are the different programs that the Marine Corps offers, and these are the pathways of how you can become an officer, going from enlisted to an officer, making that transition. And I will definitely leave links that you can follow. One I'll leave in there is Marine Corps Order 1040.3A. So pretty much anything for the military or the government, because it's federal, you can pretty much find it on Google, because it's public knowledge. And then I have another link, but it's just it's too long for me to actually quote out, but I'll leave the links in the description. That way, if you choose to research it and check it out for yourself, you can see what's out there and see if this right here is for you, or something, a path that you may want to pursue. But always consider with the military, with these programs, remember the age requirements, and also the time sensitive requirements. There's a certain window that you have to hit in each branch of service. That window, it may vary, but pretty much it's going to be in a certain window, because the military honestly is really it's really for young people, and people you can enlist in the military as early as 17 if your parents sign for it. So if you're going to make certain moves or career moves in the armed forces, you need to be aware of what the time frame is, and make sure you hit that window so that door doesn't close on you, because the military is rigid with their standards. They are rigid, and granted, there are waivers for everything, but in most cases, the military is not going to give a waiver for the average Joe. So don't expect any breaks. Make sure that you are ahead of the game. But again, the name of this video this is a series, Officer to Enlisted, Part 2, Marine Corps. And I thank you guys for listening, and I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers for subscribing. I thank you for sharing the channel, and for those that would like to subscribe to my channel, it is Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. Once you subscribe, tap the bell and hit all, so you can get any future podcasts, videos, live streams, anything that's coming out on this channel. And please do share the channel. Please share it. Smash that like button, and if you don't like it, hey, you can hit that too. That's cool. It's all interaction. And please leave comments. I would love to dialogue, and if you need an answer, I will do my best to give you an answer, or if I am not sure, I will make sure I do my best to go and find it. But definitely, but share the channel. I also have a podcast called Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And there, my content, I deal with culture, stuff that's going on in politics. Just a range of unlimited topics on Snacks Thoughts. So please go over there and subscribe, and you can find me on Anchor, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Radio PBM, and just a host of other social media platforms on my Snacks Thoughts channel. But that's all I have on this video, and I will be continuing the series, and I will be doing another branch of service. What the requirements are for transitioning from enlisted to officer. And again, the name of my channel is Eric Broadus YouTube. Thanks, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.